Please rise. We'll have a short prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we again ask for your help to reach out and help us with this coronavirus pandemic. It has affected everyone in any way, shape, or form, and I hope that you could do something to get the health providers, the drug companies, the people that are working on the antidote that will help us. Keep the politicians out of it. Also, we still ask for your help, strength, faith, and the willingness to always make the proper decisions for the residents of the village of Bethlehem. Thanks be to God for all that you do for us. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Matt, roll call, please.
Councilman Otten is not here tonight.
Tommy's working. He says he's going to have work probably for the rest of the week, every night.
Councilman Bishop.
Here.
Councilman Hershuk is not here tonight. Councilman Henry.
Here.
Mayor Junkins.
Here.
Councilman Sassine.
Here.
Recorder Sassine. Here. Councilman Snyder.
Here.
Councilman Wojcik.
Here.
Okay, Matt, let's go back to you. Has everybody had a chance to review our minutes of the November 2, 2020 meeting? If you have, which I hope you have, I would ask for a motion to approve the November 2, 2020 minutes as presented.
So moved. Second.
Any question on the motion? If there be no question on the motion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you. Matt, you got a report for us, please?
The only thing I have tonight, Mayor, is the next council meeting will be held Monday, December 7th, 2020 at 8 p.m.
Okay. Next is the accountant's report, and Jamie's not here tonight. She had to address some family issues tonight, so I did talk to her today on the phone. I think Aaron did too. So she has no report other than under new business. We'll review the list of bills and the financial statement. Okay. Next, let's go into the mayor's report. I've got a few things to run by council tonight. This basically is a matter of information. On Monday, November the 2nd, we received, as planned, 4 truckloads of road salt. There was approximately 95 tons. Then on November the 9th, we received 3 additional truckloads of 69.28 tons of road salt at a lower price per ton. Now, after the first week, when we got the 95 tons in the 4 truckloads, I think it was several days later, I got a call from the trucker that brought the salt in. And then I called our supplier and talked to him because I didn't want to do something that wasn't kosher. And evidently our supplier had to get rid of all the salt that they had in their inventory because they were making room for some other product to go in there. So this trucker and I called him and then asked him, he was actually the trucker that brought the salt in for our supplier. So what he did, he told me for 40 bucks a ton, he'll give us what he had. And it was sort of a win-win situation because he had 3 trucks that was already loaded with salt. So he wanted to get his trucks unloaded, and I basically unloaded for him. At the same time, I only paid $40 a ton, less there wasn't any freight involved. So basically our lean-to back there in the back of the yard is full, and I hope that maybe this is an indication that we have enough salt for the winter, and hope we don't get a heavy winter or something. Anyway, I couldn't pass up the savings, and hopefully this is all the salt that we'll need for this winter season, and our storage lean-to is full. On Thursday, November 5, we had a water break on Ridgecrest Road next to the entrance of Beehaven. That was out in Stacky's front yard. The break occurred in the afternoon, and our crew cleared the site approximately 7 p.m. Next is our street crew started to work on Poplar Lane storm sewer project, only to be interrupted numerous times because of other matters that had to be addressed promptly, such as the water break on Ridgecrest. The job is still underway, and we are wanting to complete the same as soon as possible. And Ben tells me that hopefully we'll have it done this week, less any more interruptions. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we canceled the village traditional Halloween resident candy pass out, and also the planned organized drive-by distribution of candies, chips, and the goodies. However, on Saturday, November 7, our boo crew and their volunteers attempted the drive-by distribution of goodies in the community park. The attendance was not that great, so the volunteers started to distribute the same throughout the village. A lot of goodies were delivered, however, there's a few left over. On Thursday evening, November 5, our 2018 Dodge Charger police cruiser was taken out of service because of major mechanical problems. It was taken down to Elm Grove Dodge for repairs. And on Friday morning, November 6th, I contacted the service manager down there for an update. So at 1 p.m., that was at 1 p.m. At 3 p.m., I called him back and for an update, and was advised that there was internal engine problem. At that time, I was told it would be approximately 1 week to repair. When I followed up on Tuesday, November the 10th, I was advised that a new engine was ordered, and they did not know how long before an engine would be received because engines were on back order from their source. I will continue to follow up on this project. There's something doesn't add up to me, and it upsets me because I think I know what's happened, and I don't want to discuss it publicly right now. On Monday, November the 9th, HP Excavating started to repair the sanitary sewer covers on Orchard Lane, as I mentioned to council at our October 19, 2020 meeting. They were instructed to correct the first one near 46 Orchard Lane, which they did to determine how much work was required and the type of construction involved. At first, the one was completed and an inspection was made, and it was determined good. I was out there several days, and they had two guys working on the crew, and they sort of went through smoothly, with the exception when I was out Friday night, it started getting dark to inspect it. The last two that they did still had cones on, but the last one that was done, the road was kind of narrow there, but evidently somebody couldn't guide their vehicle through there, and they ran over the wet concrete. And it didn't disturb the lid, but maybe we can, it shouldn't disturb anything there as far as that goes. Maybe we can do a little cosmetic work on it. They were advised to start the other ones then once they completed the first one. I wanted to see, the first one was the worst one, because that's the one they had to take the rim off and scrap what it was sticking up. They used concrete saw to outline what asphalt needed to be cut. And once they got done the first one, and they moved the second one, the third one, and went up the road and probably made about 6 cuts like an octagon shape, so they knew when they come back, that's what they'd be digging out. Kind of a routine thing. Anyway, the last manhole cover near 105 Orchard was damaged by some vehicle as they ran through the cones and wet concrete. We'll address that. If it didn't seem to obstruct the construction. On Saturday, November 7, members of the park committee decided to get the Halloween candy out, as mentioned earlier, by drive-by set up in community park. Since there were only approximately 10 vehicles responding to the park, they changed the plan. It was decided to establish a delivery to Bethlehem residents by covering both sides of the hilltop. Most candy was delivered, however, there was some left over, but we tried, but we were handcuffed by the bars. Anyway, late Saturday afternoon, November 14, Ben Gilbert reported to me that there was a sanitary sewer problem on Maple Lane, 4 houses away from the village's sewer lift station. The lift station's in the back, and these other 4 houses, there's either 4 or 5 houses into it, had a problem. Seems like our sewer was plugged up again. This is the same problem that occurred this past July and was reported to council on August 3 council meeting. It is obvious to me that we have an individual or individuals causing damage and causing the village unnecessary expenses for unknown reasons. Between July and now November, it is costing the villages thousands of dollars, and I mean thousands of dollars. When you have to get Robinson's, I think the first bill that came in from Robinson's was about $1,400, I believe. It wasn't 14,000. But anyway, and then this past Saturday we had Aaron Foster come out and helped us, and we had Robinson there, and it was awful dark down there because they had to run the hoses down there, and all we had was flashlights and some auxiliary lights. We might look in to get some trouble lights to do. We might I was asking Ben today, because the motors are operated off 220 voltage, maybe we can get an electrician to put like a transformer in there and have 110 so we can plug in and have light when we have to work at nighttime down there. We need to find out the culprits and put a stop to this nonsense. I will be preparing and sending out a letter to all Maple Lane residents in the affected area, let them know what's going on. Maybe somebody will fess up. Coasting Construction Company in the state of West Virginia appear to be completing the Chapel Road Bridge project. Now on the Chapel Road Bridge project, the cyclone fence, the supports are up, but the fence is not tied to the supports yet. Plus the cleanup around the village's water tank area. And also they need to repair the roadway up to the water tank and maybe more. We have to do an inspection. And the Spruce Street Bridge appears to be complete because they pulled all the props and everything off of that. So, one thing I forgot about it, Jonah, we're going to deviate from the, I think I jumped into this because I wanted to,
That's okay.
But anyway, I'd like you to take
Okay.
over here and mention
Alrighty.
if you have any more questions, or whether you got a pencil sharpened or.
Yeah, well, I tried to sharpen my pencil even more. After I left and 2 weeks before I came over, I hit the health plan with, can I get a couple more points off? And so every day I text, we emailed them, didn't get an answer. This past Friday, we got an answer from Jody McAdams at the health plan, and said after review, they cannot bring it down more than the 5.5% renewal.
Okay.
But we tried.
Yeah, we tried. Should have called Stacky. He could have had Logan go.
I know.
He's not there anymore.
I know. He could have got his paddle out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but we tried, and I explained to Jody, I said, look, everybody needs money, and they need money too, so is there any way, can you look at it? Can you look again to see if we can get 2 points off? And the underwriter told me no. So that's where we're at. We're at a 5.5%. Hopefully this coming year, and I love the health plan. I mean, they're so easy to deal with. They're great with their billing system. They're great with your HRA. New plans will be coming out from other carriers in 2021. We'll look at those again, and we'll have everybody do medical application forms next year, and hopefully we can get the rate down and see what happens. We'll look at Highmark, we'll look at United Healthcare, and we'll see.
Okay. Is there any questions that anybody wants to ask Joanette while she's here?
Only thing I got to mention, 5.5 is still a great rate. Isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Well,
'Cause
5.5%.
It's hard to get anything.
Oh
like
my
10%.
goodness. anything today, anything below 10%, we're really happy with. But we always try anyhow.
All he says no.
Yeah, that's right. So that's why we bugged them every day. So I wish we could have just got 2 more points, just 2 more points. But they told me no.
Well, at least you asked, that's me.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, if there's no more questions for John, I can say you're free to go if you want.
Do you guys have to vote on it or
I
anything?
think we
Well-
need to take action this meeting,
Yeah,
correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should
Yeah.
bring this,
Take that under new business.
yes. We'll bring this up under new business, and if you wanna wait, if around, you want a chair?
I'll sit right behind
Oh,
you.
okay.
We're in no hurry.
Okay.
No hurry. We have
Okay,
nowhere to
well,
go.
you're welcome to stay,
And
so,
we'll just get out there and get stuck in that traffic anyhow.
okay.
That works. No, I'll go. Yeah,
Okay,
okay. No problem. No problem.
okay, we'll move into, on other officers' reports. TC, do you have anything to report tonight?
I do not.
Okay. And I don't think the police chief's report we gave you last time, and Russ is in there getting ready for November's report, and he'll have that 1st of December. Committee reports. Parks and Recreation, Aaron? No comment, okay. Okay. Aaron, anything from the police department? Okay.
Just that parking problem that you're gonna address, Mayor.
Roads and streets, there's nothing to report from them. I would like to add something. Stuckey, you brought something up about Orchard Lane. They did check that out. We haven't done any sealing since 2014. I happen to have a file on that, and this is something that's a little late in the season for it, but this is something that we'll address in the springtime. And as far as any warranty, and the contractors for blacktopping do not give or have warranties, so that's something that we'll address. When I was out looking at the sewer covers and everything, I also saw a line there, and that's a candidate to tar. So, and one of the things that we need to do is
What year was that paved on?
do what?
What year was that paved?
What year? I'm not sure. Tim,
It's either 17 or 18.
you said what, 3 years ago?
Yeah, but Don, we did do sealing in 16 and 17. We
Did you?
sealed the roads.
Well, I don't have any. I
Yeah.
wasn't aware of it.
Yeah.
Who'd you use?
Oh shoot, Mark, do you remember the name
I
of the
knew
company?
the guy who worked for him, I can't remember the name.
VHV?
They did a great job.
Yeah.
Was it
Well,
VHV?
go ahead.
I have
Jamie will
four
have to
different
check.
contractors on file that we've used over there, but it was in 2014 that we used VHV.
Yeah, Jamie will have the check that we gave him. We used them 2 years in a row. They were really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, it looks like the devil, because it looks like somebody had
Also,
something to
looks
drink
like
in
it
it.
saves the road for
But
5 more years, so.
Looks aren't,
Who cares?
it's the idea of preserving the
Yeah.
road, so. Anyway, okay. You have anything on water or sewer, Tim?
I do not, sir.
Okay, thank you. Mark, Cecine, zoning?
Nothing
Okay.
for zoning, thank you.
Okay, is Ben around the corner there?
Yeah. You have anything for tonight?
No, I was just here in case anybody had questions.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if he hasn't had anything, okay.
Yeah, he offered no report at this meeting.
Okay, yeah, he usually gives a report at the
Yeah.
first meeting. I didn't know whether he had any input, so. Okay, old business. Is there any old business to come before council tonight?
Hey, Don, I just got a quick question on your what year was that police car? 2018?
2018,
And we're talking about a new motor? Is that what you said?
that's right.
What's that all about?
Well, you know, if you don't put oil in the engine, you can burn the engine up. I'm waiting to get a report back from the vendor. I mean,
I'm just asking.
I have
because-
my assumptions what went wrong, but I want to, that's the reason why they were going to start tearing the engine down, and they got so far and
Yes, I was gonna
realized.
say, until they give you a price, maybe, we should just,
Was it burning oil, Don, or did they not put it in when we went to last have the oil changed?
The last oil change was at 60,000, and I mean that was 67,000 was the last oil change, and they did it down there. But you got to check the oil on a daily basis, okay?
How many miles does the car have on it now?
How many miles it has on there now? It had 57,000 miles on, round figures, 57,000 miles.
Okay.
And that's a sore subject with me right now. That should have never happened. I'm
What do we
sorry.
base it on?
Well, a new car shouldn't burn through a
No.
fresh thing of oil.
And we've maintained it right along. too.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know if I'd say it's an officer error for not checking the oil every day, because a car with 60,000 miles should maintain oil
Yes,
without issue.
that's right.
So are we thinking that there was some other reason there was no oil in the engine?
Well, again, I don't want to explain on, but knowing what I know about engines and everything, you check it every so often. And, every once in a while, even though that has that many miles on, it might burn a little bit. So you add to it, but then you don't have to keep adding to it,
The light
because
should come
if you
on
change
way-
your oil every 5,000 miles,
Should have a good light come on way before it burn up the engine.
well, again, I don't want to get into,
And
until I
there-
get the results back from the
I think
dealership.
there's data, you can get that data off of that,
Yeah.
hard drive sorta in there.
They'll pull it when they read the computer.
They can pull it off and say that light's been on for 6 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, see, I have a folder on every cruiser, and every time we do a repair or something, I get a copy of the invoice, so I can track it very easy what's going down. Or what we've had done to it, when, and so on and so forth. Okay,
Can you keep us updated on that? Because I'm interested to know too.
you bet you.
Thanks, buddy.
That's, like I say, it's a sore subject to me. It should have never happened. And the fact that we were just, we just gotta use cruiser, and I'm still waiting
Well,
for some
yeah, I
feedback on
agree
a new
with you
one, but that's,
100%. I'm not sure that it's officer error though. I mean, I would like to think that if the light came on, they'd let us know. I mean, they're pretty good about keeping it maintained.
What's it take to pump the hood and check the dipstick,
Well, if,
But those are certain things that you should check.
I understand that for a person like you or for a person like me whose job's a little bit different than protecting the public safety. I think when you jump in a police cruiser, I'm thinking about, okay, do I have this call, or do I have, this patrol? I don't know if I'm thinking, oh, did I forget to check the oil? I gotta give them a pass on that one, but unless the light's on. If the light's on, then I think,
Yeah,
okay,
that's a flag.
clearly there's a problem.
Yeah.
So I think we need to see if the light was on.
There's things I wanna check, but, when there's different drivers of the car, that's different too. If there was only one driver in that car all the time, that I've noticed over the years, if there's one driver of the car, they take care of it. They'll take it home, clean it, and inside, out, and everything else, but that's not the case. Where you have multi-drivers, anyway. Sorry to get sidetracked. Okay, is there any old business? Old business?
I just wanted to address the utility billing again, whenever it's appropriate.
What's that, Bill?
Said I wanted to address the utility billing again when it's appropriate and get a decision on that.
Okay, you wanna do that under old or new business?
I think it would be old. I think it would be old, since we discussed it at the last meeting.
Yeah, she did
Yeah.
give us a presentation. Okay, Aaron, you got the floor, you wanna?
Well, I just did what was asked, which was, I consulted with Jamie Shaw, I gave you each a copy, she couldn't be here tonight. I gave you each a copy of what she decided. She had the whole package, she took my whole packet, reviewed everything, all the material, not just the little, highlighting thing I gave you all the last time too. And if y'all took a minute to read it, she did concur with us. The community billing was probably our best bet, the one we kinda wanted to go with. So I'm just asking if y'all are ready to make a decision that we do and we can move on with this, and then Ben can get his part going too when it's time. Is there any questions,
I have one question, one comment. Have we received a check from the commission yet for the,
Not the paper check, no.
well, I'm sorry?
No, we haven't.
No.
Tim.
Okay.
Checks in the mail.
I've heard that before. I've heard that before. And then the comment I want to remind everybody, on this is that this is the 10.5 that's gonna be the cost for this municipal or muni billing is not coming just from water. It's gonna come from all three funds. So the village can more than afford this. So I would like to suggest us purchasing the muni billing software to get them set up. That way the day he puts the first meter in, they're ready online, ready to go to test and check. That's just my 2 cents from the water committee.
Motion, Tim?
I'll make a motion to purchase the muni billing software for the clerks.
I'll second that.
Okay, is there any further discussion on the motion? I know Aaron's been involved in this, Ben's been involved in this, and we want to move ahead on things, so. Okay, if there's no discussion on the motion, I would call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
You got some more work cut out for you, Aaron. And Ben.
Yeah.
Okay, any other old business? Okay, we go into new business. Let's just go down the line here. The November list of bills, November 2020 list of bills. Everybody has a copy that was sent out to you. Is there any question? I'd go out first. I would entertain a motion that we pay the November 2020 list of bills.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, now, is there any question on the motion, any question on the list? If there be no question on the list, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried, thank you. Also, you have before you, I hope, the financial statement dated October 31, 2020. Has everybody had a chance to go through, and is there any questions? Seeing it's so long, is what you ought to do is use the osmosis method, and you put this under your pillow at nighttime, and then when you get up in the morning, it'll all be in your mind. You'll know all about it. So, okay, I would entertain a motion to approve the October 31, 2020 financial statement as presented and file for audit.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, any question on the motion? If there be no question on the motion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried, thank you. Okay, let's get back to Johnette's group medical plan. Is there any further questions from Johnette? Okay, if if there not be, then I would entertain a motion that we renew the group medical plan with health plan as Johnette has presented to us here.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay. Any question on the motion? Johnette's going to get mad at us because we don't ask her questions. She likes to ask questions. Okay.
That's trust is what it is. It's trust.
let me tell you, I'll take it.
It's trust.
Okay. Okay. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I'm
Yeah,
looking
thank you for your work,
forward to it.
Johnette.
Thank you.
Okay. Is there any other new business to come before council tonight?
I'd like to bring up just again, with the windstorm the other day, I know that crews had a lot of trees go down and everything. There's 2 more trees that are leaning on the line across Westgate, and a couple trees fell across the road. I cleaned them up off the street yesterday morning. If we can do anything about all those trees that are overhanging the entrance to
The wind
Westgate.
that we had were supposed to be 50-mile-an-hour winds, and it didn't happen. It didn't stay for an hour. I know it must have lasted maybe half hour, 15 minutes, half hour yesterday. And we had some trees down in different places.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, and the trees that are overhanging Westgate have been there for about 9 months.
You mean coming up Macaulay Estates?
Yeah, I keep mentioning it. If we can please approach AEP, I know they've got bigger fish to fry right now, but
Yep.
a lot of those are sitting on a line. We could cut some that aren't sitting on a line. Somebody's car's gonna get hurt. Damaged.
You know, just last week or
Right, and
several weeks ago, on Cedar Lane, had that problem. Okay, anybody else have any concern about trees? Okay. Well, if there be no new business to come before council, I'd entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.